in the 305. Visit MiamiRollerDerby.com for more information on upcoming bouts and events. And now, Rink, Rash Radio.
Welcome to Rink, Rash Radio. I'm your host, Shakespeare.
And I'm Anger.
And we're from Miami's Vice City Rollers. And we've got a special show lined up with you today. For you today. We've got 50 Shades of Pain, who is on the line with us. So she'll be chiming in shortly.
Family!
And we're going to restart. And, because that's live business.
This is how we do.
Some technical difficulties. Keep on talking. All right. Keep it going. I'm getting the signal. So we've should I keep going? All right. We're gonna reset the line, guys.
MiamiRollerDerby.com, in conjunction with 247Miami.tv, is proud to present Rink Rash Radio. 60 minutes of everything roller derby in the 305. Visit MiamiRollerDerby.com for more information on upcoming bouts and events. And now, Rink Rash Radio.
Welcome to Rink Rash Radio. I'm your host, Shakespeare. I forgot my name today.
And I'm Anger. Should I get you that coffee?
We're from Miami's Vice City Rollers. And on the line with us today is 50 Shades of Pain. Say hello, 50.
Hello.
Yay. 50 Shades of Pain is a former Miami's Vice City Roller skater. And she is currently playing or skating with the Charm City Roller Girls.
Yeah, she is.
And we do have a great show lined up too. Not only do we have 50 Shades of Pain with us, but we're also going to have two skaters from Deadly Rival Roller Derby, Empire Wrecker and Roxy Bandit. They recently obtained a bank track. It's going to be one of the only few bank tracks in the nation. I believe we looked this up yesterday, and there was 4 in California, 4 in Texas. We would be the only one in Florida, and I believe the only one on the East Coast. So that's pretty exciting. So we'll be talking with them a little bit later. But first, before we get in, we wanted to talk about the top roller derby team names, because roller derby team names are a lot of fun.
We found some interesting ones.
What do we got? What do we got, Anger?
We've got Chicks Ahoy.
Chicks Ahoy.
From Toronto.
Not chips, but chicks from Toronto. Okay. We got Taco Kickers.
Yeah, this one was just odd. I mean, funny, but just
clever.
It's I don't get it.
Taco Kickers?
Funny.
You kicking tacos?
Because it'd just be like, yeah, I play for the Taco Kickers. People give me looks, and I'd just be like, that's who I play for.
They're from Everett, Washington.
We've got the Slice Girls, part of Evil Roller Derby League in Edmonton.
And Women of Mass Destruction from Memphis. I thought that was kind of cool.
I like this one. One of the LA Derby Dolls teams, the Trust Fund Terrors, with like all their S's as dollar signs.
And now we got a couple of the men's team, which I really like these.
Yes.
The Super Smash Brawlers from Nottingham in the UK.
We've got Southern Discomfort, aka So Disco, from London.
The New York Shock Exchange, men's team from New York, New York.
And the Green Bay Smackers from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
But I have to say, the winning derby team name has to go to both the Vagine Regime and the Cocksuckers who play at RollerCon every year. And I just got an interesting reaction from my producer. That's not cock, that is caulk with an L in there.
I can't believe you guys didn't mention your mom, men's roller derby.
I considered your mom as well, but we were like running out of time.
Your mom, where are they from?
Oh shoot, you're putting me on the spot now.
Hang on, I got this. This is what the internet is for.
And what was the team name?
Your Mom Roller Derby.
Your Mom Roller Derby?
Yeah.
That's a men's team?
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's just pretty epic. Well, meanwhile, we look up where your mom is from.
In like 5 seconds. 5 seconds. I got this.
Are there any other
Des
team
Moines.
names? Des Moines, Iowa. Iowa, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other team names, 50, that you found interesting or you've run into?
I mean, I think all the team names are really, really unique to the area that they're from.
Yeah, definitely.
I do like the men's team for Charm. Their play on Charm City is Harm City.
Harm City is pretty awesome. They're the Harm City Havoc. Recently renamed. They originally started out as the Harm City Homicide, and that was, not taken too well.
Not too family friendly.
Yeah, not as family friendly as they wanted to be.
Well,
And then
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
In North Carolina, when I go to visit my family, I stayed with the Camel City Thrashers, and that's based on Winston-Salem for Camel City cigarettes. So.
Camel City Thrashers. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. Well, Ingrid has some news for us today. We were talking over coffee this morning.
Oh,
and
I guess I do.
Why don't you tell us what you're going to be trying out for?
Well, first let's talk about it.
Okay.
So there's this thing called State Wars in Florida. It's basically like you put together teams based off the state they're in or from, and it's a men and women's tournament. The first one, I believe, was last year, so this will be their second one. And also, congratulations to Refty Venture from Dub City for getting being the tournament head ref for State Wars, and May the Force for being the tournament head NSO. But yeah, I just put in my application for tryouts for Team Florida the other day.
And you'll be trying out in September?
I don't know, whenever they close and decide to do tryouts, sometime around that time, probably.
50, we're moving on up, and you're entering your 5th season by then.
Yeah.
So you're
closing up my 4th season in July.
All right. Well, maybe we have a member of Team Florida for State Wars. We'll find that out. Thank you, Ingrid. That's really cool, man. I think that's going to be awesome just to push you to the next level. Whether or not you make it, it's still going to be an awesome experience.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
To put yourself out there like that. Love it. Love it. I am far from any type of Team Florida anything. But anyway, speaking of tournaments, last weekend, the Emerald City Roller Girls hosted the Big O tournament. And you were watching a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that.
It was fun. Well, because Denver.
So how did some of the teams do?
Well, Denver did awesome. No, but it was actually some pretty close games. Honestly, the ones I watched were Denver, so I'm just gonna go off those. There was one of the most I think like close games for me was there was two. There was the Denver Texas game, which was just really great to watch because Texas was in the lead for so long, and I was just like, we don't have this. And then all of a sudden, Denver just got this like second wind in the second half and just kicked butt, and I was like, yay! And then there was the Denver B team versus Philly's B team, which literally, spoilers if you haven't seen it, it was a 1 point difference for the win.
Ooh. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it was so close, and it was just back and forth, and then there was just that 1 point at the very end that put that other team over the top.
That must have been a good game because I know like when we played Molly, it was a very close game, and those games like that get real intense.
Yeah, and I was like biting my nails the whole time. I was like, nah. But I mean, there was some good play, smart play.
Yes, a lot of smart derby, a lot of stopping.
Yeah,
a lot of wall formations. And
gosh, and recycling in this.
Yes, constant recycling. Hashtag.
Those wonderful, wonderful walls that I just stared at the whole time, and I was like, why can't we do this?
Yeah, I caught a little bit of the Bay Area and Atlanta game, and that's what I saw like the entire time was basically walls and stopping and just really smart derby. Really, really smart strategic derby, which is really, really cool to see. And actually, since you're now the director of training for Miami's Vice City Rollers, you had talked to me about making sure our skaters watch more derby.
Yeah, that's one of the things I want to do. I want to make them watch like a game every week or so, and then just discuss it at length. Go on and on about it, because I think that's one thing that helps that we don't do enough is watching derby.
Yeah, we need to watch more derby. I'm a sucker for it. Like I don't watch it nearly as much as I should, but I think like when I do watch it, even though in the beginning when you first start watching derby, it's just chaos.
You're like, I don't know what's going on. They're all just like, and then you start to look at it more and more, and you're like, oh.
Well, I think what helps me is focusing on one, like either one player or one wall, and forgetting pretty much everything else, and then rewinding and watching the play again. I think that's what helps me at least focus it. Do you watch any Derby 50?
I do watch derby, not as much as I would like to. I work a lot on the weekends, unfortunately. But just being able to watch my teammates practice and play, a lot of our all-stars are at such a higher level, and something that I definitely aspire to be at. And so that's always a treat for me, is just being able to watch their games and, watching. I watched Battle of All-Stars that took place a couple months back, and that was really awesome to see, Team Maryland versus Team New York versus Team Pennsylvania all those teams are so good, and they were combinations of skaters from different teams, which that part I think is really cool to watch, is how skaters from different teams all over the state will come together and be able to mesh so well. That was one of my favorite things to watch.
That's pretty cool. I think definitely when I'm watching Derby, I learn a lot, and like I want to do better, and I want to try different things.
It's
I'm like,
motivating too, because then you're like, I want to be like that. I want to do what she did. Like things she can do with her butt. Every time I watch Acres, that's all I think. The things she can do with her butt.
And so we all actually had a recent game.
Yes.
We had the Key West. We were at Key West.
Yeah.
And that was kind of
wasn't really our game.
Well, okay. No. It wasn't ours.
It was Key West.
It was
versus
Key West.
South Florida.
Yes.
And the Miami team, decided to be gracious and subbed for both teams.
Yes.
So there was some of us on one, some of us on the other.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. It was kind of cool.
We both got to play, you and I, on the South Florida team.
Yeah. Which was, at first, it was like, I remember really difficult. You and I were standing together, and we were like, I don't know who to cheer for. Like, go you. But I'm on this team, so go you too.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that happens when we do scrimmages. Is also like, everybody's mixed in together. So there's not one person per se. So you're kind of cheering for everyone.
Yeah.
And I think that makes it a little bit more fun, too.
Because then I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, ooh, that was good.
Yeah, good play. They're like, well, they're the other team, but still,
that was good.
But no, it was a lot of fun. We Miami team split up and we subbed for both teams, and then we had an open mixed scrimmage where everybody got to play together.
Yeah,
and that was a lot of fun. So shout out to Key West for having their first official home bout of the season, and we look forward to seeing more of them.
Oh, for sure.
And
we will.
And of course, of going back to the Keys. Who doesn't like go to the Keys? Yeah. All right. So next up, we're gonna hang tight. We're gonna keep 50 Shades of Pain. We're gonna talk a little bit more with her, and then we'll be talking to Empire Wrecker and Roxy Bandit from Deadly Rival Roller Derby. Stay tuned for more Rink Rash Radio coming up next.
Nah, come on. Give me something with a little bass in it. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Roy O from The Roy O Show. Don't forget to tune into my show every Thursday night at 7 p.m. right here on 247miami.tv. Join us for our Walker Talker segment where we cover all things Walking Dead. Lil O got all the sports info for you on Jock Talk. And don't forget, we got our brand new segment, The Roy O Show Theater. Tune in every Thursday night, 7 p.m.
This is Wilma Shakespeare,
Anger,
and Disaster Chief
from Miami's Vice City Rollers, inviting you to tune in to Rink Rash Radio on 247miami.tv. New shows every Saturday at 9 p.m.
with encore replays Monday at noon and 10 p.m., Tuesdays at 10 a.m.,
and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. and again at 10 p.m.
Find out everything you've ever wanted to know about roller derby in the 305.
Get the 411 on the women's team,
the men's team,
and even the juniors.
Rink Rash Radio.
Rink Rash Radio.
Rink Rash Radio.
On 247miami.tv.
Hello, everybody. George West here to tell you what
Get all of them, you guys.
247miami.tv. How about the 305 Nuts? My show, The George West Show, The Dirty Laundry, The Fantasy Frauds, Metal and Mayhem, plus the best DJs Miami has to offer. You can find it all right here on 247miami.tv, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Try to get a deal like that anywhere else. Afraid you just can't do it. Only here, 247miami.tv.
Do you know why we pulled you over?
Was it because I was speeding?
No. It's because you weren't listening to the authority.
By skaters, for skaters. You're listening to Rink Rash Radio on 247miami.tv.
Welcome back to Rink Rash Radio. We're here. I'm Shakespeare.
I'm Anger.
And we're here with 50 Shades of Pain on the line. Welcome, 50. We miss you. We love you. And we're so excited to have you with us today as we talk about you and your move to Charm City.
I'm excited to be here. Thanks, guys.
And you're skating with two teams. You're skating with the Mobtown Mods home team and the Troublemakers travel team.
Yes. So Charm City is a huge league, and they actually have 4 different home teams. which we do home team season from January to April. And then we move into travel teams starting end of March, early April. And that goes all the way through, playoffs and championships towards the end of the year.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yes. So it's a lot of opportunities to play with a lot of different people, to get different experiences on different teams. So it's really exciting and really awesome experience for me to have.
So what would you say, that you moved from Miami and you went to, Charm City? How have you experienced Derby differently going up to there?
It's really intense. I mean, you've got people that have been playing for, over 10 years. You've got people that, started Charm City that are still playing. The quality of skaters is just absolutely phenomenal. And to be able to skate with and to learn from these women is absolutely fantastic. It's such a blessing.
I mean, we've heard great things coming out of your gameplay up there. You were primarily a blocker, but you're doing a lot more jamming now too.
Yeah, they actually they tossed me to Panny one day at scrimmage, and I had a really good jam, and they came off and they're like, do you ever jam? And I'm like, no. I'm like, I said I wanted to, but I guess I haven't really done it before, so people never really threw me into it. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna work on that with you. So it's just become a thing where our bench coach is this year, Punchy, who is actually was a former skater, but is going through some tough time right now with injuries. She's been helping us out on the Mob 10 Mods bench and a little bit with the Troublemakers as well. And so she's really been kind of taking me on as her personal project, to try and work on my jamming skills. So, and she's constantly yelling at me to get lower. That's her new favorite thing. Shades get lower, shades get lower, shades get lower. All 6 feet of me, it's hard to get low sometimes.
Well, yeah, because how tall are you?
6 feet.
5'11" off skates, maybe 6 foot, and then with skates a bit more than that. So.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. Like when you're a tall skater, it's hard to get lower. I can get that, but you do a little bit more. You do obviously more than just skate. You are working at Morgan State University.
Yes, that's correct. I work at Morgan State University with their volleyball and softball teams. I was their athletic trainer this year.
And what is it? What do you do?
Behind the scenes for Charm City, I help out on our media and public relations committee. I write the press releases. I help out with events and trying to do whatever is needed to help keep that big machine that is Charm City going.
What? That is so cool.
Shakes is like, where were you when you were on Miami?
I was busy fixing all of you guys as safety director.
I know.
Basically.
You did a damn good job.
I know, we definitely miss you.
Now we're all hurt and sad. And
yeah, we could have used you these past few months. We had 3 ankle injuries. It's like, where's 50 when you need her?
Putting you guys in a bubble.
Seriously, we need it.
But so you got 50 Shades of Pain is obviously a reference to 50 Shades of Grey.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
And the lovely Naughty C Cups.
Who likes to name everybody.
You're telling us how she named you. So Derby role models. You mentioned Naughty C Cups and why?
Say it again.
As you said, you were talking about your Derby role models, and you were talking about why Naughty C Cups was your Derby role model.
Oh my gosh, Naughty Teacups is one of the best people in the entire world.
Ever.
And I'm so fortunate to have her in my life. She's one of those people that will beat the snot out of you on the track and then take you off to the side and be like, hey, next time you need to do this, 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 and this, and then you get to beat the snot out of me. And she's also one of those people that will literally give you the shirt off your back. If you're walking around and you're like, oh, I'm cold, she's like, here, take my jacket. Here, let me get you this. Here, let me do this. And she kind of adopted me. So I started out in Miami playing Derby, and my family was up in North Carolina. I was down in grad school at Miami. And so there were a couple holidays where I didn't have anywhere to go. And she's like, no, you're coming to my place. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're coming. You're coming here for Easter. You're coming here for this holiday. We're going to celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's just one of those people that will, take in anybody and will bring in people off the street and, give you.
She takes in all the strays.
And a roof over your head and probably, buy you a whole new wardrobe on the way.
Because that's Naughty. That's what she does.
Exactly.
She's not only an amazing skater, she's just a wonderful human being in general. And we definitely need more people like her. And I'm probably making her cry right now, which is good. She needs to cry.
We'll definitely be sending this over to Naughty later.
Just listen to this part. That's all you need.
And I think we need to start our own Naughty C Cups fan club.
Oh yeah. I was talking to her the other day, and I was like, I love you so much.
I want to be the president.
You can be the president. I'll just be the treasurer.
And 50, I wondered, because you mentioned something. You mentioned that, you'd been swimming since you were a little girl.
Yes.
And so tell me, I guess, your experience in swimming.
Well, I started swimming at a very young age. I was maybe 3 or 4 years old, and it was a family thing that we all kind of did. So I have 2 older sisters, and we all just took off in the water, and been doing that since a very young age. And it was a family thing as well. My parents were involved in officiating and running the swim meets and everything. So we all would, load up the car and we'd all go to the meets and we'd all be there the entire weekend together. And so that was my main form of athletics all the way up through college. And then once I graduated, it was just kind of like, okay, well, what now? Like, what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
So
what do you want to do when you grow up?
Yeah. And I was like, well, you're good at swimming, but you're not quite good enough to, be Natalie Coughlin or, some other Olympian. So it got me through college, and that was, a fantastic experience that I had at UNC Wilmington. And that's actually where I got my first experiences with roller derby. So Kate Fear roller girl skate out of Wilmington, North Carolina. And I had a friend who did it, and she was like, you know what? Have you ever seen roller derby? Have you seen Whip It?
Yeah.
It was right around the time that Whip It had just come out. And she was like, I have this really good feeling. You'd be so good at roller derby. You'd be so good at it. And I was a junior at the time, and I was like, I still have another year of eligibility. I'm not quite ready to give up on the swimming yet. But I went to a couple of the games and was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, this is awesome. This is something that I definitely need to be involved in. So after I finished up swimming, I actually had back surgery my last year of swimming and was kind of recovering from that and still kind of healing when I moved down to Miami. But I was like, you know what, I need to get out and be active and do something. I was in school and didn't have any way to relieve stress and was just, becoming a giant nutcase. And so I'm one of those people that if I don't get out and move, I get very antsy and very pent up and frustrated. So my mom's like, you need to find an activity or a hobby
or a boyfriend. Yeah.
I just like that you're like, oh yeah, recovering from surgery, blah blah blah. I'm gonna join roller derby. That's the thing to do.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you. I think it is an outlet for me. I'm definitely a lot less crazy. But now you've been skating for several years. And you're with Charm City now. Almost 3 years, and you're moving to Richmond soon.
Yes. So my contract at Morgan State was only a year.
Okay.
And I just accepted a job at Virginia Commonwealth University down in Richmond. So
congratulations!
Their volleyball team. Thank you. I'm very excited.
And so will you be joining a derby team in Richmond?
Yes, I hope to. Obviously, it all kind of depends on scheduling with work. Got to pay the bills somehow. So definitely work comes first. But I would still love to keep up with it down there. There's a couple teams that I've looked into, both River City and Mother State. And I think I may kind of try out with both and see which one kind of fits my style and my personality better. Every team's got their own kind of little quirks. And also, as I said, scheduling is a big thing with me. I'm going to be working weekends and, depending on VCU's practice schedule, I have to, cover practices either in the morning or late at night. So,
isn't it great?
I'm a bit of a slave to my job, but derby keeps me sane. So
yes, and you need both, and that's kind of like what I'm learning to do. Is you got to keep the day job, but derby is for you, So how do you keep those in check so that you're, prioritizing both, while at the same time, maintaining your healthy balance, But isn't it great that you can pretty much just go anywhere in this country and play roller derby? You were in North Carolina, you were here in Miami.
That is my favorite thing about roller derby is there are teams everywhere and all different calibers of teams. You've got all-stars at Charm City that you can practice with, and we also have B and C teams as well. There's teams everywhere. One of my friends is going to grad school in Virginia, and she said they mostly have rec leagues out there, but it's still something that you're able to stay on skates and you're able to practice and hone your skills. So it's not like, okay, I'm gone for, a year and then coming back. And it's just amazing that there's leagues everywhere. I've had friends who have been in the military and they've been overseas, and there's leagues overseas that you can practice and skate with for however long you're stationed there. And it's just fantastic that the community is so big and so spread out all over the place that there's always a team that you can find.
Yeah, and I think that's why I know a lot of Key West team is made up of military. I think that's why they get into it too, because since they have to get moved around a lot, it's something they can kind of pick up and do wherever.
Right, and also the fact that you move to a new place, you don't know anybody, you join Derby and you've automatically got, 20 to 60 new friends right there.
It's like a whole new family everywhere you go.
Exactly, and it's, I keep in touch with you guys down in Miami more than I do from, people that I went to college with, and that's the crazy.
We love you too.
Family.
Oh, I miss you guys. Stop, you're gonna make me cry.
Yeah, man. We do. We miss your, your grace, your encouragement. You always just have a smile on your face and you're full of positivity, and that type of energy is hard to come by. We definitely miss it down here in Miami.
I also miss your cooking. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, I didn't know she cooked. You cooked? You didn't cook for me?
I do cook, not as much as I would like to. I've been working too much.
So we
cook for you.
We've only got about a minute left. Why don't you tell us what's going on real quick with Charm City? What can we be looking forward to? What should we be watching out?
All right. So Charm City, we've got a game against Minnesota this weekend. I am not sure if there's a live stream for it, but our All-Stars are playing Minnesota on the 16th. We've got a whole bunch of games coming up all over the Baltimore area. We're trying to play out in Laurel. We're trying to play in White Marsh.
And where do people go? Where do people go to find information about Charm City? How do they find you guys?
CharmCityRollerGirls.com. We also have Facebook. We've got Instagram. We've got Twitter. We've got all the social media covered. So making sure you're looking for us there. The big thing we're trying to promote right now is, as you guys may have known, there were riots and, there were some issues in Baltimore last week. So we are partnered with the Youth Empowered Society, which is a drop-in center for local Baltimore youth to come in when, they're after school and they don't exactly have a place to go. So we are selling T-shirts. You can find them on CharmCityRollerGirls.com and through our Facebook page to raise money for the Youth Drop-In Center, and all the proceeds go to them.
That's amazing.
So it's got, I think, 6 different colored shirts. It says "Stated Out," and it's got hashtag Be More Charming, which is our hashtag that we've been using to promote our league. And so, like I said, we're partnering with them, but all the money goes to them. So this is our big thing that we're trying to push right now to help rebuild our city.
Fantastic. So CharmCityRollerGirls.com for more information on how to support your cause, as well as more information on your upcoming bouts and events.
Yes.
50, it was awesome to have you. We're going to, hopefully we'll have you back again. Maybe when you're in Richmond and you settle in and stuff.
I would love to be back. Thank you guys for having me.
We love you so much. And next up, guys, we've got Roxy Bandit from Deadly Rival Roller Derby. She's the co-captain of the Hot Rod Hotties, which is one of their home teams. And we'll be talking about some bank track roller derby. Stay tuned for more Rink Rash Radio.
I love
This is Wilma Shakespeare,
Anger,
and Disaster Chief
from Miami's Vice City Rollers, inviting you to tune in to Rink Rash Radio on 247miami.tv. New shows every Saturday at 9 p.m.
with encore replays Monday at noon and 10 p.m., Tuesdays at 10 a.m.,
and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. and again at 10 p.m.
Find out everything you've ever wanted to know about roller derby in the 305.
Get the 411 on the women's team,
the men's team,
and even the juniors.
Rink Rash Radio.
Rink Rash Radio.
Rink Rash Radio.
On 247miami.tv.
Nah, come on. Give me something with a little bass in it. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Roy O from The Roy O Show. Don't forget to tune into my show every Thursday night at 7 p.m. right here on 247miami.tv. Join us for our Walker Talker segment where we cover all things Walking Dead. Lil O got all the sports info for you on Jock Talk. And don't forget, we got our brand new segment, The Roy O Show Theater. Tune in every Thursday night, 7 p.m.
TV. How about the 305 Nuts? My show, The George West Show, The Dirty Laundry, The Fantasy Frauds, Metal and Mayhem, plus the best DJs Miami has to offer. You can find it all right here on 247miami.tv, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Try to get a deal like that anywhere else. Afraid you just can't do it. Only here, 247miami.tv.
The next night, the woman goes to the Panda's house and she says, "You owe me money." Whoa. Hey guys, what's up? Greg Cook here. I'm host of Metal and Mayhem. We're all here hanging out at Cutler Bay Sports Bar and Grill, digging on some delicious food and tasty adult beverages. I'm here with some of the 305 Nuts, Louis Chacon, and Unpopular Chris. Chris, what do you have over there?
Cutler Bay Sports Bar has hands down the best wings in South Florida. I tried their hot buffalo sauce and it was delicious. I also had the lemon pepper and the Caribbean jerk. But then Hector told me about Hector's sauce. It's the definition of awesome. Matter of fact, Hector's sauce has ruined wings for Craig. You can't even go anywhere else because they don't have Hector's sauce. I order my wings 20 at a time, but here the plates can grow as high as 50 wings. Don't miss out. Try them today. Now leave me alone. You don't interrupt an animal during his meal.
Very true, Chris. Hector's wing sauce is the best. Here's Louis Chacon. Looks like you have a tasty beer there. Tell us about the drinks, LC.
Well, Cutler Bay Sports Bar is my favorite place to go for drinks. They have happy hour from 4 to 8 every Monday through Thursday. Dozens of draft specials, 2-for-1 mixed drinks, and 2-for-1 wine.
Oh, sure. ABC, DE.
My glass is empty. Hey, Hector, pour me another one.
So it's obvious. Cutler Bay Sports Bar. Awesome food, the best wings, the best drink specials all the time. Cutler Bay Sports Bar and Grill, 20305 Old Cutler Road, right here in the heart of Cutler Bay. Tell them Craig sent you.
So the woman looks up panda in the dictionary and it says, panda eats bush and leaves.
Quads forever. You're listening to Rink Rash Radio on 247miami.tv.
Welcome back to Rink Rash Radio. Shakespeare here.
Anger.
Did I just say Shakespeare? I said Shakespeare. Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
And on the line with us is Roxy Bandit from the Deadly Rival Roller Derby. Welcome to the show, Rox.
Hello, thank you for having me.
And Rox, you're the it's your third season with Deadly Rival Roller Derby.
Mm-hmm.
And you're the co-captain of one of their home teams, the Hot Rod Hotties.
Last year I was. Actually, we aren't doing home teams this year, but last year, yeah, I was able to be a co-captain of the Hot Rod Hotties, yeah.
Yeah, and you're a mother of 3 beautiful daughters, which is so sweet to hear.
Ashley and Ella.
And that's really cool because I think, we've got a couple of moms on the team, and it's always, I don't have kids, but I can imagine how, you might have to like balance it all and adding kids to the equation.
Mother's Day.
And tomorrow is Mother's Day.
So happy early Mother's Day.
That's right. Happy
Thank
Mother's Day.
you very much.
That is so sweet to hear. So third season with Deadly Rival Roller Derby, and you've got kind of an interesting story into how you got into it. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, as a child, we always were at the roller rink. My family friends actually owned and operated a roller rink in Elyria, Ohio. And we skated, and my sisters and I would actually watch the figure skaters. And we decided that we were going to do routines in our garage. We had like a 2-car garage. And then, like the neighborhood kids, they would come in when they would watch us. So many, many years went by, and I was actually at a birthday party for my daughter. And I saw the flyer, and I thought, oh gosh, wow, look at them. I don't even know if I could ever do it. And then I was on another website, and I had seen a recruitment post. And I thought, I think I'm going to try this. I'm going to go and see what they have to say. And I got there, and I saw them hitting, and I saw them skating, and I thought, oh man, I need to try this.
Yep.
And so honestly, I think I went a week later for like my first night, and I've basically been there ever since.
And this is now your third season with Deadly Rival.
Yes.
And I think there's something to be said for that because, when I go to practice, I think last night we were pacing and I was talking to Killa V, who was our coach for that. And I was like, V, hit me. Like you want to be hit, and then there's just something cathartic about.
Yeah, I remember we were doing single hits too, and you were like, just one hit, not 2. I want to, and I was like, and we were like, no, just one hit. And she was like, okay, and you could hear the disappointment in her voice. She was like, okay.
Yeah.
Right. It's funny because I'm a jammer. Like I'm primarily a jammer. So when I think about hitting, I'm like, oh no, I don't want to be hit because I just want to go through the pack. So stay away from me, But we laugh because some of the heavy hitters on our team, they come to try and hit me, and I'm like, no, don't hit me. I just want to get through. Just let me through.
Well, I'm actually really excited about because it's like I recently started jamming for the team, which is so much fun, but it's like a completely different mentality. You're just thinking, go, get through everybody, and
avoid all the people in the opposing team.
Yeah, but sometimes when you take a big hit, and you knock the wind gets knocked out of you, and but you got the fans cheering for you too. It's exciting. That's the adrenaline rush.
Yes, you just keep going. You keep going because if anything, it's only for 2 minutes.
That's
You know?
true. That's true. And you can do anything for 2 minutes, right?
Right.
So that's really cool. So you got into derby, basically a roller rink rat, and
Mhm.
but you had a recent success last year with your team as
Yes.
league MVP jammer. That's
Yes, it was.
pretty cool.
I know. It was so exciting when they called my name, and I know that there had been other girls that were equally up for the running. And when they called my name, I thought, oh my gosh, like this is so amazing and so awesome. And so I actually have my trophy and I have it in my room and I look at it with pride, basically, because you work tough, you work really hard to get to that point.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, I keep it in my room and I love my trophy.
Do you have you're obviously a mom of 3 girls. Are any of them planning on joining derby? Are they old enough for derby? Do you want them to join derby?
We've talked about derby with my girls,
Okay.
and they do not currently play. Now that Dirt has the bank track, though, they come to this playground often with me, so they ask, do you think I could be able to skate on that? Or,
Ooh, that's
Mom,
where
I
it
think
starts.
I think I want to play roller derby now.
What?
So I think we're maybe going to ease them into it. They both know how to skate.
Uh-huh.
My older two, they both know how to skate.
How old are your kids?
My oldest is almost 15. I have to say almost 15 because you know how they count.
14 and a half.
Yes. My middle daughter is 12, and then my youngest will be 5 in June.
Okay. So now they're getting interested in derby.
Mhm.
And that's pretty cool because the bank track, you're actually going to RollerCon to train on how to train others on the bank track.
Yes. I hope to meet Isabel Ringer and Bo Toxics, I think, is actually coming to us for our boot camp. But like just these big names, and so I'm scanning Facebook like, oh my gosh, like I might be able to meet this person, and I wonder what these people could teach me, and bank track is it's so much bigger than flat track on the terms of all of the vet skaters that have skated.
Really?
The big names.
So what would you say someone who primarily plays flat track and is going to be going to play bank track, any advice for them, any things they should look out for?
I think a lot of people they fear that fall. And yesterday we were taping the railing, and I had fallen just straight on my butt. And I had told Murder, our owner, I told her, I said, if that would have been the flat track, I would probably still be down. But the bank track, it gives so much that really the fear of falling is basically eliminated. And flat track, we hit hard when we hit on the floor. And it takes a minute. Like, you feel that.
Yes, you do.
But on the bank track, it kind of gives a little bit more, so it's not as much pressure to not fall.
So it's a little more forgiving.
Yeah, it is, actually.
Okay. So, don't worry about falling.
No, don't worry about falling.
But I'm assuming it's also a lot faster.
It is. Like, we skate in, I can skate in the circle, and I'm decently fast. Skating in the circle, and the speed that you get coming off of the turn, like you could just feel the wind.
That sounds so much fun.
Yeah, it is really just a great feeling to get on that track.
Her face is incredible because I know she signed up for the boot camp, so she's waiting for this, and her face is like,
oh my gosh, yes. Spread the word. Yes, absolutely. This is going to be pretty amazing for Florida.
And we're obviously, Florida now with you guys getting the bank track, we're the only, state or let alone in the region that has a bank track. So that's pretty amazing for not only Deadly Rival, but also for, the state,
Absolutely.
It's going to open up a lot of opportunities. So you guys do have a boot camp coming up, Memorial Day weekend.
And Bo Toxics from San Diego Derby Dolls is actually going to be there as the trainer.
That's pretty awesome. Okay. So expect to get, quality training. It's $80 to sign up.
Mm-hmm.
And where do people go to? Do they check out your Facebook page, or where do people go to find more information?
I believe that the boot camp sign up is on the Deadly Rival Roller Derby Facebook page. And I believe it has also been posted in Florida Roller Derby.
Okay. All right. So skaters, go check it out. Make a weekend out of it, like I will. So we actually have a game on the 23rd in Central in Daytona, and then from there, we're a couple of us or a few of us are going to be driving down to you guys.
Great. Are you guys going to bring some juniors as well?
I'm not. I'll ask our juniors coach V to see if there's any juniors that might be interested in going. I'm sure there are a few. Because that would be amazing if we got a couple of juniors at the bank track.
The kids are really great on it. The kids have no fear whatsoever.
None, yeah.
So watching them skate as well is pretty awesome.
That's yeah. And sometimes I wonder, like, some of these kids, like, they're just doing amazing things, and you're like, wait, I wish that I would have started earlier. And imagine, I mean, Thrilla, one of our junior skaters, like, she's 14 years old.
Yeah, and she practices with us, and then she'll hit me, and I'm like, ugh.
Oh
why?
gosh, yeah.
And
I get bruises from
yes, right? I'm like, she hits me, and I'm like, why are you not 18 yet?
Yes, I know. We have a couple on our league that I feel the same way. I'm like, wow, look at you go, jumping apexes, and the footwork is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and when they turn 18, it's going to be like unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
And, they'll be like the next Bonnie Thunders or, Jackie Daniels, who we do have coming up on the show next week. So definitely stay tuned in for that. Not listeners, Roxy Bandit, because Jackie Daniels is coming on. We're pretty excited about that. And she actually was in Whip It. I found on her website. Yeah, she had a little bit of a cameo there, which is really cool. But anyway, Rox, so we're going to come down and see you guys for the Bank Track Boot Camp, May 23rd, 24th, and 25th. That's Memorial Day weekend. People will go to the Facebook page for Deadly Rival Roller Derby to find out more information on how to sign up if you're interested in going. You guys also have a game coming up, right?
Yes, next weekend, the 17th, I believe. It's just an exhibition bout. It's like a home bout. It's not our travel team just quite yet. I believe that we play you guys in June, though.
Yes. And we love playing you guys. You guys are so much fun to play with. It's always a good time. Mm-hmm. It's competitive. It's fun. And that's what it's all about.
Right. That's absolutely right.
All right. So stay tuned. We've got more Rink Rash Radio. Empire Wrecker is up next. From Deadly Rival Roller Derby. If you want to sign up for their Bank Track Boot Camp, go to their Facebook page, look up Deadly Rival Roller Derby, and stay tuned for more Rink Rash Radio. Thanks a lot, Roxy Bandit.
Thank you for having me.
All right, talk to you soon.
Nah, come on. Give me something with a little bass in it. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Roy O from The Roy O Show. Don't forget to tune into my show every Thursday night at 7 p.m. right here on 247miami.tv. Join us for our Walker Talker segment where we cover all things Walking Dead. Lil O got all the sports info for you on Jock Talk. And don't forget, we got our brand new segment, The Roy O Show Theater. Tune in every Thursday night, 7 p.m.
The next night, the woman goes to the Panda's house and she says, "You owe me money." Whoa. Hey, guys, what's up? Greg Cook here. I'm host of Metal and Mayhem. We're all here hanging out at Cutler Bay Sports Bar and Grill, digging on some delicious food and tasty adult beverages. I'm here with some of the 305 Nuts, Louis Chacon, and Unpopular Chris. Chris, what do you have over there?
Cutler Bay Sports Bar has hands down the best wings in South Florida. I tried their hot buffalo sauce and it was delicious. I also had the lemon pepper and the Caribbean jerk, but then Hector told me about Hector's sauce. It's the definition of awesome. Matter of fact, Hector's sauce has ruined wings for Craig. You can't even go anywhere else because they don't have Hector's sauce. I order my wings 20 at a time, but here the place can grow as high as 50 wings. Don't miss out. Try them today. Now leave me alone. You don't interrupt an animal during his meal.
Very true, Chris. Hector's wing sauce is the best. Here's Louis Chacon. Looks like you have a tasty beer there. Tell us about the drinks, LC.
Well, Cutler Bay Sports Bar is my favorite place to go for drinks. They have happy hour from 4 to 8 every Monday to Thursday. Dozens of draft specials, 2-for-1 mixed drinks, and 2-for-1 wines. I get down here as often as I can. My glass is empty. Hey, Hector, pour me another one.
So it's obvious. Cutler Bay Sports Bar. Awesome food, the best wings, the best drink specials all the time. Cutler Bay Sports Bar and Grill, 20305 Old Cutler Road, right here in the heart of Cutler Bay. Tell them Craig sent you.
So the woman looks up panda in the dictionary and it says, "Panda eats bush and leaves."
You
know why we pulled you over?
Was it because I was speeding?
No, it's because you weren't listening to the
Story time!
Hello, everybody. George West here to tell you what you can expect on 247miami.tv. How about the 305 Nuts? My show, The George West Show, The Dirty Laundry, The Fantasy Frauds, Metal and Mayhem, plus the best DJs Miami has to offer. You can find it all right here on 247miami.tv, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Try to get a deal like that anywhere else. Afraid you just can't do it. Only here, 247miami.tv. Back to the show before the fresh meat gets rotten. You're listening to Rink Rash Radio on 247miami.tv.
Welcome back. It's the last segment of today's Rink Rash Radio show. And on the line, we've got Empire Wrecker from the Deadly Rival roller derby team up in Tampa area.
See?
Yes.
Yeah, we're like St. Pete.
St. Pete. That's what I meant. And they call you the after party MVP. So I hear. We got to win the after party. And it's your 5th season with Deadly Rival.
Correct.
And you're co-owner of the league, which is interesting, right? Because we've done a little bit of kind of talking to other teams, and there's different structures. There's a profit structure and there's a non-profit structure. Miami's Vice City Rollers is a non-profit organization. So if you're co-owner, does that mean you guys are a for-profit institution, or how does that work?
Oh yeah, we're all about the profit. We don't make a profit at this point, and we haven't yet. But yeah, it's Murder Ride that is the founder of our league, and she started Deadly Rival back in 2011. And I started with the league right when it started up because I've always wanted to play derby, and so I just became so involved and had such a passion and dedication for the sport and the league just right at the start that, Murder Ride was like, hey, why don't you just kind of join me in this crazy journey that we're on and help me grow this league and, make it a success. So me and her have just been together trying to, make flat track happen. She always had the dream to become a bank track league. And so just this month we became a bank track league also. So
yay! Congratulations. We're so excited. I've, ever since I knew there was a bank track, I'm like, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's amazing. We got to skate at the LA Derby Dolls Ball Factory a couple years ago, and we went to RollerCon. We rented a car and drove out to LA to skate on their bank track for a couple hours, and we loved it. We fell in love, and we said, we don't care what we got to do. We're getting a bank track in Florida. Florida Roller Derby needs it. We need it. So we made it happen, and now we just need all of the community's help and all of Florida's help to keep it operating and make it a success. And everyone's as excited as we are, so I know we can do it.
Absolutely. And this was a donation, or this was something you guys got from a Reno team, correct?
Yeah. Murder Ride bought it. Okay. Because she, like I said, this was her dream. And so she bought it from Reno, the Reno Roller Girls. They ended up losing their facility.
Oh.
I mean, it's expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone knows, the cost of just keeping a flat track league going,
yeah.
Just add that into having the bank track and the warehouse and the space and just all the funding that you need, it's really astronomical.
Yeah, because you got to store it, and then you got to set it up.
Yeah, because it's not like flat track where you can just kind of like set it up wherever you have space. Like this is something you have to like set up and leave.
Yeah.
How long does it take to actually set up the track?
About 4 hours. 4 hours set up, 4 hours tear down. So there are leagues that keep it in storage until they play. And then just on doubt day, they just pull it out, build it, play on it, tear it down, and put it back in storage. And we said, we don't want to do that. We don't have the time for it because we're still a flat track team. I mean, like you guys know, we're playing you guys June 13th at our home. And then we'll also have a rematch against the Kentucky Bombers. We're playing the Molly Roger Roller Girls for the first time. So we still have a very active flat track season, and we're right in the middle of it. So for us to now be trying to get this bank track going, it's a little bit insane, but it's super exciting. And
but you're up for the challenge, obviously, and this is something that I feel derby women around the world are typical, like, let's just take a risk, because you're playing roller derby, that's a risk in and of itself. We're go-getters, we're achievers, we do things, we're alpha females, and overall, like, whenever we have a mission to complete, especially with something as exciting as bank track and being the only bank track in the state, and really truly representing Florida roller derby that way. That's just a pretty awesome mission to accomplish. So we're very proud of you guys.
There's only about 10 operating bank track leagues in the whole country. So, I mean, that just goes to show you just how hard it is to do and the funding that's required. And I mean, the whole community really needs to rally around and come together and make it happen. So we are hosting a boot camp in 2 weeks. It's Memorial Day weekend. We're flying in Bo Toxic from the San Diego Derby Dolls to come and do training sessions. We're going to have open skating sessions, an optional scrimmage. So, if it's on Facebook, if anybody wants some more info, they can, check out stpeterollerderby.com, shoot us an email. We'd really like to get as many skaters in Florida that are currently playing derby to come and skate on the track. I mean, because I know once you do, and once you learn some moves from an experienced trainer like Bo Toxic, who's going to be teaching classes at RollerCon this year, I mean, it's invaluable. And they're going to love it as much as we do. And that's just what we want. We want everyone to be able to try it and just see how awesome it is. Because this is real roller derby. This is, how it began. This is, really what it is. And we're so happy to bring it to Florida.
It's going to be so much fun. But you're beyond, the bank track. You do more than just co-own the league. And you're also captain of the travel team. And you're an announcer for the junior league, the Attack Pack.
Yes, the Attack Pack. I just announced for them this morning. They played against the Sarasota Rolling Rebels, the Sarasota junior team. It was awesome. I really do love announcing. I love those kids. I mean, it's just so exciting to see them skate and play because you just know that is the future of the sport. And, I mean, if we had roller derby like that when we were kids, I mean, it would be great, but we didn't. So it's like, they're better than we are, like grown adults. Like they, skate faster and hit harder. I mean, I scrimmage with them and they kick my butt. So,
yes. Oh my God. Yes.
But what is it like? Cause you obviously you play, what is it like different from the announcing side of it, from your perspective? Cause you get to watch the play-by-play, and are there certain things that you can or cannot do while you're announcing the game? Cause otherwise you'd be, basically telling people what's going on.
Well, the first number one rule is that I can't cuss because it's junior derby. And if anyone that knows me, they know that that's kind of a challenge. But so that was kind of a struggle at the beginning. I think I don't remember if it's my second or third season announcing for the Attack Pack, but at the beginning I was worried that I'd get so wrapped up in it and I would say some swear words, but I didn't.
Okay, so you kept it clean.
Yeah, it is. Like you want to say, that the jammer's coming out of the box, or that, the jammer's going for the outside, but you really can't. You really can't say the stuff that you see because you can't give it away. So,
exactly. So that's got to be a challenge. I was told that you could say it after it happened.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're doing it after the fact. Like, this is what just happened.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they teach. I took an announcing class at RollerCon when I went a couple years by Val Capone. And that's basically what she told us is, how you kind of do announce the action after, but it's really mostly about entertaining and just keeping people entertained because spectators aren't really going to know what's going on most of the time because it is just so fast paced. And so you just kind of want to, keep them entertained and kind of let them know what's going on after it happens. Just like
I think a good announcer makes a huge difference at about. And like you said, like it helps people that maybe have never seen the sport or don't really understand the sport. It helps them like at least know what to look out for or what's going on. But it also, I think, adds to kind of that showmanship part of it, of a game, where it is entertainment. It's sports entertainment. Yes, the skaters are focused on like actually playing a competitive game, but there is sort of that show aspect of it that, that's why fans come and pay $5-10, whatever, to sit in the stands because it is entertaining, so I think absolutely announcing has a huge role to play in putting on a bout or putting on any type of game. And that's really cool.
Yeah. That's true. Yep. And I love it. And I write intros like for the kids and they all rhyme. So they're so excited to come and hear the intro.
What's your favorite line?
Yeah,
give us one of your lines for the intros.
Oh man. What have I got? I gotta think about she may look sweet, but she's not nice at all. Number 120, she's evil apple. Yeah, I got 20 of those, and they all rhyme. So just being able to come up with those alone.
Do you change it up?
I mean, that's what I do.
Do you change?
Yeah, I work for an advertising agency, and like my background, I have a bachelor's in journalism, so I'm a writer. So that's kind of what I do. So I love it. I love writing, the intros for them, and they find them hilarious. So
that's pretty cool. So what do you work in the ad agency? Like what do you do? I mean, I'm actually studying journalism myself, hence why I'm asking.
Oh, right on. Yeah, most of the clients at this advertising agency are car dealerships. So I manage all their websites, about 18 car dealerships. I manage all their websites, and I do all their social media. So I do all their Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Google Plus and all that good stuff.
Wow, you do a lot. So how do you manage a league and a day job, and announcing and captaining, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah. I'm crazy. I'm just a crazy person, and
I'm constantly, always doing something. It's crazy because I do like all the social media stuff, for the league also, of course, and I'm already doing it, as a day job. Might as well continue on. So
I work in marketing in my day
know.
job, so like I was like, yeah, of course I would love PR. So it's like I'm constantly surrounded with like social media, website stuff, you know, whatever, and it's cool because I'm learning. I get to experiment with the league, what I get to apply during my day job. So it's fun. It's really a lot of fun. So where do you see Deadly Rival over what's going on with you guys? What can people expect over the next few months for your season?
Well, yeah, like I said, we're just, we're trying to stick with flat track. It's very crazy now that we're trying to have, bank track practices and flat track practices. We're still keeping our space at the skating rink, but now we're also having to pay for our own warehouse that we have. It's just going to be insanity, but it's going to be fun and exciting. We're going to hope to finish, this flat track season strong this year. Right now we're undefeated 2-0. So
great.
We want to see how these next, we only have 3 bouts left. We kept it kind of a shorter season this year for flat track. We knew bank track was coming, so we didn't want to, overwhelm us too much. But yeah, it's all about the bank track. We want to have this boot camp be successful so that we can host another boot camp in a couple of months. Nice. We'd like to, of course, eventually have, bank track bouts. If it is, us versus you guys, or us versus Tampa, or if we all just come together and get a lot of practice time, and then we just kind of do mixed scrimmages and, that kind of thing, and make a weekend out of it, or we just kind of have, scrimmages. But, that's where, we're definitely looking to go. We want everyone to become involved with the bank track and, have people come from everywhere. We've already been contacted by teams like, Penn Jersey and Texas Roller Girls and some of these other bank track leagues that want to come play us. As soon as we're ready, they're ready to come, because they want to come to Florida because we live in paradise. So,
exactly.
They're ready to come. So we got to, just get our butts in gear and make this happen however possible. And we're ready for the challenge.
That's amazing to have that dream. And not only that, but, have already that built-in, community support, from people all over, from Texas or Pennsylvania. And actually, I think I just read an article not that long ago about Penn Jersey went to, there was a tournament in California with their bank track. And, they basically are using that to kind of train and work out how to play so that they can continue to play bank track. It's really, really interesting to see kind of this resurgence or this at least gaining momentum, some traction in roller derby for bank track, which is really, really exciting.
Exactly. Yeah, because with only 10 in the country, it's hard for some of these teams to get play time. They're playing against themselves, but we know that that's, different. You really want to go play other teams with new strategies, and that's where the challenge is, and that's where the fun is. That's why we have travel teams. So they're just all excited that we're bringing it to the Southeast because, we can start a snowball effect and maybe other leagues can make it happen. And then, it's just going to grow. And that's exactly what we want.
Absolutely. So if somebody wants to join you guys, where do they find you? How do they find you?
Sure. Facebook, of course, Deadly Rival Roller Derby on Facebook, like our page. We're keeping all the updates. We post obnoxious amounts of bank track pictures on there. So you'll get to see it as much as you like before you actually get to experience it. But our website's easy to remember. It's stpeterollerderby.com. And we try to keep that updated with all the news. So our email's on there. If you have any questions, just shoot us an email. Because we're, always open to, meeting up with new people who have new ideas or investors. Hey, call me. So,
awesome.
But yeah, we appreciate this opportunity. You guys having us on. We love you guys as a team. We always have fun every time we play against each other. So we appreciate you, giving us this time to, let everybody know what's going on.
And we'll see you Memorial Day weekend for the Bank Track Boot Camp. That's with Deadly Rival Roller Derby, and Bo Toxic from the San Diego Derby Dolls is training. So that's really, really exciting. Thanks again for having us, for being for hosting, the Bank Track Boot Camp, of course, and getting that. That's so exciting for Florida. And we'll see you on May 23rd.
Awesome. We'll see you then.
All right, that was Empire Records from Deadly Rival Roller Derby. And next week, we'll be having Jackie Daniels, who just joined the Texas Roller Derby in January, and she's the Team USA. So next week, stay tuned for Jackie Daniels. That was Rink Rash Radio.